Hello students, welcome to Saurav Sir's classes. Today we are going to solve XAT 2017 question paper set A. In our last videos we have solved questions up till 25. So now we are going to start with question number 26. But before starting we have a story regarding the question. So let us go through the story first. So here it is said, Vimla is the domestic help for Shreya and her neighbor Padma. So here we have three ladies where Vimla is as a domestic helper in households of Shreya and Padma. So both live in a posh gated community. Here Vimla not only cleans the house but also cooks for both the families. So Vimla does enormous number of works like cleaning house, cooking and etc. So Shreya treasures Vimla ever since she joined her family 4 years ago. Okay, so Vimla joined Shreya's family, that is Vimla is working for Shreya for last 4 years, and Vimla joined Padma's household this year. So Vimla is working for Padma from the current year. Now let's move on to our question. So question says Padma discovered some money missing from her purse. Okay, so she suspects that Vimla has stolen it. Okay, so there is a case of theft where Padma's money is missing and she has been suspecting that Vimla must have stolen it. So she wants to prevent this stealing from happening again and is contemplating the following actions. So Padma doesn't want that this stealing case happens again. So she is thinking about doing these all 5 actions. So let's check her actions first. So her first action will be she should let it pass since to her is human. Okay, so she will let it go, that is she will ignore this case. So because of humanism. In second point we have she should confront Vimla and tell her that she knows the truth and the act is unpardonable regardless of her past service, and she is thinking of terminating her services. Okay, so she is thinking that she should tell Vimla about her knowing of the truth, and this act is like she cannot leave this act. So she will not think about her past service, that is she will not think about what Vimla did in past to her, but she is thinking of making her leave the place, that is she will make her out of the service. Now the third point says she should tell Vimla that she is aware someone has stolen money from her house but is not sure who it is. Okay, so she is going to tell Vimla that she knows that her money has been stolen but she doesn't know who has done that. In fourth point we have she should share with Vimla that neighbors think Vimla has stolen the money though she doesn't, but is interested in finding out the truth. Okay, so she will bring a third person, that is a third party, that is the neighbors in the case, and she will tell Vimla that neighbors think Vimla has stolen the money but she doesn't, and now she is interested in finding who did that theft. Now the fifth point says she should directly ask Vimla if she stole the money, promising her no punishment if she confesses. Okay, so now she is going to directly ask Vimla whether she has stolen the money, and she also promises her not to give any punishment if she confesses her action. Now let's move on to our question. Here it says arrange the following combinations of above actions in the decreasing order of appropriateness. Okay, so we have to take another case, that is appropriateness, and our first condition was she wants to prevent the stealing from happening again. So we need to maintain these two conditions and arrange any three out of these 5 points in decreasing order of their appropriateness and not happening not let the not let the stealing happen again. So let us start with our first point. So in first point, she should let it pass since the earth is human. So in this appropriateness is full because yes, she is appropriate and she is showing her humanism. But in this you can see that she cannot prevent stealing from happening, because if she will let it go, the thief will again go for stealing. So our first point doesn't apply for both the conditions. Now let's move on to our second point. So she should confront Vimla and tell her the truth, and she will think of terminating her from her services. Okay, so this will exactly stop the stealing, but this is not appropriate on her part because she cannot she cannot terminate a person from her services even without not the proof that she has stolen. So this is not appropriate on her part. Hence, point 2 is also not the answer. Now let's check point 3 here. She should tell Vimla that she is aware someone has stolen money from the house but is not sure who it is. Okay, so in this, the message has been delivered to Vimla that this Padma knows about the theft occurred, but she is also not pointing towards Vimla directly. Hence, this is also appropriate, and this will also prevent Vimla from stealing again, because Vimla has been aware about the truth that Padma knows about the theft. So this is exactly what we require in our answer. Now let's check point 4. So she should share with Vimla that neighbors think Vimla has stolen the money, though she doesn't, but is interested in finding out the truth. Okay, so this is nothing very much different from point 3, because in point 3 also she was making Vimla aware that she knows the truth, but in point 4 also she is making Vimla aware that she knows the truth, but here she is bringing a third party. But this is false, because third party, that is the neighbors, they are not suspecting Vimla, but here you can see she suspects Vimla, that is Padma is suspecting Vimla. So this is a less appropriate from 3. So 3 is more appropriate than 4. We need to arrange these in decreasing order. Now let's check point for option 5. So here we have, she should directly ask Vimla if she stole the money, promising her no punishment if she confesses. Okay, so this also exactly will stop the stealing act, because she is going to talk to Vimla. So this will obviously stop this stealing act, but this is not as much as appropriate as option 3, because in 3 she is not pointing towards anyone, but in option 5 she is directly pointing a finger towards Vimla, which is not that suspicious, which is not that appropriate. But still it is more appropriate than option 4, because in option 4 again she is bringing a blame on the neighbors, that neighbors are thinking that Vimla has stolen the money, but neighbors are not at blame. Padma is herself at blame, because she is itself thinking that Vimla has stolen the money. So this is not as appropriate as 3, but this is more appropriate than 4. So our arrangement is 3 is the maximum, then 5, then 4. So let's check the options. So in decreasing order we will arrange this as 3, 5 and 4, because 3 is maximum, 5 is in middle, and 4 is minimum appropriate. So let's check the options. Option number D matches with our answer, that is 3, 5 and 4. So option D is the correct answer to this question. So I will like to end this video here. You will find solutions to the further questions in our next videos.